Hello, and welcome to Ad-lib Heroes. My name is Joey, and I see you shiver with anticipation. At our table today, we have...
Hi, I'm TJ, and I play Kirith Odell.
Hi, I'm Bev, and I play Olivia Fortier.
I'm Riley, I play Grimlock Seaspray.
Now, let's get back to the story. Grimlock, Kirith, and Olivia had stolen the blue hammer from Stawn the Bugbear. They sent Vari the Goblin to Jenny Bag of Bones in order to send a message that they would like to trade the hammer for the stone seeds she had stolen. They returned to the Court of Stone Lilies to rest before the meeting. So, you were all taking a long rest within Nalia's manor. I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to do before the arranged meeting with Jenny. I assume you didn't want to give her a lot of time. So even though you didn't set a timeline, I assumed you were giving yourself enough time to get back, take a long rest, and then go meet her at the edge of the Boar Sea. Let me know if it was anything different than that.
That sounds about right to me. I don't want to give her time to prep too much.
Scheme.
Yeah.
You don't want to see her scheming face?
No.
Where she raises one eyebrow, then the other eyebrow.
And then she takes them both off.
Like, does she keep the first one raised when she raises the second eyebrow? So it's like, what? It's the rock, and then it's just shocked.
You're never going to know because you didn't give her time to scheme.
And because it's the Feywild, they can just keep doing that infinitely.
Yeah.
Is
Her
it
eyebrows fly away.
Is it on Clone High where the guy's eyebrows just go back and forth over and over?
Ashley Angel from O-Town?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Abe, I'm a celebrity. We're hairless below, or we're completely hairless. They paint on the eyebrows. Dog.
So, any preparations you want to make before you go meet Jenny?
Again, if we're not going to give her time to scheme, like we had talked about, we were concerned that this could turn into all-out war, but I think if we try to do this fast enough. The other thing we have is the Quicklings are here at court.
Right. The Quicklings are here. The thing is, like, we are giving her a weapon. She would have gotten this weapon regardless. But
Now you don't have to pay for it.
and Jabberwockies, from what Nalia said, are not indestructible. They can be killed. It's just... And who knows how long it'll take. Like, this means she has an egg of one. She might... It might be years. I don't know. My gut says try to betray this. But I don't know how. I don't know what she could possibly be bringing. She'll have trolls and displacer beasts and whatnot, and I can't see the Archduke, sending any more forces to help us just take them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with going through with it, completing our job, and leaving. But I mean, I got lots of time to come back and fix it. And I'll just have to find that Vorpal blade.
At least on the bright side, we wouldn't have known what she was doing, what she was planning, and what we needed to prepare to combat her, because if she had just gotten the stone seeds and given them to Stawn,
Or if we had just stolen the stone seeds back and she'd found another way to get that hammer,
yeah.
we wouldn't have any clue. You're right. Like, we're not walking away from this empty-handed, and she's shown a bunch of her cards. Grimlock?
Grimlock looks up from like a big bowl of pudding.
What?
Dripping from his beard.
Sorry, this is just recovering from yesterday. It was,
A lot.
yeah, it was a lot.
Okay. Well, let's do this then.
All right. You head down to the docks and get one of the naiads to kick you over. Nalia just assumes she's coming with you as you head that way.
Yep.
So you head across the water. It is probably about an hour and a half before sunset with the moon mostly across the water underneath. And you reach the edge of that tangled grove of the Borsey. And you can see that Jenny has a group lined up at the edge of one of the tunnels. She's there with probably about 20 goblins, a couple of trolls, the 2 panther things that are in multiple places at once, and a couple of creatures that look kind of like beefy gnomes with bright red hats and big iron boots on.
Oh, the red caps that we were told about.
Yeah.
And Jenny has a bag over her shoulder that she sets down as she sees you approaching.
Okay.
You want me to do this?
I mean, you're much better at talking, and I think you trying to make a deal with her is going to be the most insulting at this point.
Okay.
I want her to feel that.
I mean, yeah, she's kind of a bitch. She tried to make those cat things eat my boy.
They would never, though. They were fine.
He like waves to them from the boat. One of the cats waves back.
With its weird tentacle
Yeah.
thing.
I haven't won over the other one yet, but we can just give it some time.
Okay.
So as you get close, Jenny says, "Show me the hammer."
Okay. I will just like pull the hammer out and hold it in both my hands.
Okay. She says, "All right. I'll give you the 2 seeds for the hammer. Fair's fair."
Didn't she steal 3? Oh, we stole
already
one
stole
back. Let me see the seeds.
So she reaches into the bag in front of her, and like a skull and a femur come out as she digs around and then pulls out the 2.
We get it. You're Jenny Bag of Bones.
She glares at Kirith.
I flip her off. I don't care.
All the goblins start chattering and they're giving you the double bird, dancing around. And Jenny turns and glares at them, and they all like put their hands in their pockets. And
While she's facing them, I start making faces at all the goblins.
you can see the goblins starting to turn from green to purple as they don't get to insult you back.
Is Vari in the group?
Vari is in the group.
And he's acting like all the other goblins?
Yeah, he's back with his boys.
Oh, man.
With his boys.
They're talking to each other about NFTs and crypto. They're just the worst. Tomato ape picture of the non-fungible. Avatar investment.
I can't believe you've pinpointed goblin behavior so well.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I will. Are you guys gonna come with me as I have to walk forward? or-
I would say put them both on neutral ground. Like,
Yeah.
you
So-
go, have one of your boys go take the seeds way the fuck over there, and we'll go take the hammer. Like I'll point off to the right of the Borsey and
Okay.
then point off to the left, and we'll take the hammer way over there.
So she looks at you and she's like, or I can give them to. And she looks over at the goblins and she heads into them and picks up Vari and brings him over, puts him on the ground in front of her. I can have this one swim out to you with the seeds.
Have you ever interacted with Vari? I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, tiny goblin carrying giant stone seeds. I'm sure he won't drown.
Yeah. I'm fine with the setting them down and walking away.
Okay.
Do we know where all the quicklings are?
Back at the...
Only 2 of them are
2 of
back
them.
there. One
Right.
of them got away. So she gives the 2 stone seeds to Vari, who is struggling to carry them, and he starts walking to where Kirith pointed.
Take a. We're not at the shore, right?
You're not at the shore.
They're right on the shore.
Yeah, so they're probably about 30 feet back from the water, and Jenny is about 10 feet in front of them. And I assume you guys are about 60 feet out in the water, so that you're talking at a distance, like yelling across a field.
And Vari can carry both of these, but it's a struggle for him.
Yeah.
I'll go get those. You guys
Maybe-
go sit down the hammer.
Well, I was just thinking.
You do only have 1 leaf.
I can be a bird.
Is this on a river?
Nope, it
'Kay.
is on the pond.
Because the other thing I was thinking is, and I'll just say this in Elvish. I don't know if Jenny speaks Elvish, but I'll speak kind of quietly.
If you're speaking quietly, you guys are far enough away that
Okay. Nalius, you can teleport, right?
30 feet, but only once.
So
I can go. Do you want me to put down the hammer or go get the seeds, or?
maybe
I can go.
if she goes and puts down the hammer and then
then
teleports away.
Well, we'll need to take the lily over to put down the hammer, right?
Because you don't want to just.
As soon as I pick them up, if I can shapeshift again, and they'll become part
'Kay.
of me.
Yep, sounds good.
So you guys take the whole leaf to set down the hammer and then go back. And Jenny has Vari run back over to her group, and she says, "Ready to complete the exchange?"
Yes.
And she starts hustling as fast as her old decrepit body can
And
take
I'm a
her.
bird.
Her hump back is swaying back and forth. Her big old caboose is shaking as she just scurries along, and she is running as fast as her
Wait,
old
how-
legs can
how
take her
fast?
to the hammer.
The naiads could actually push us through the water quite quickly, right?
The naiads can move you at 120 feet around.
Oh yeah, just
so you guys,
they'll blitz us way over
Yeah.
there fast enough before that. I mean,
none of her people are moving. It's
Okay.
just her.
Go inspect the seeds.
So they roll me an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
Nalia. Oh, never mind.
21.
21. These seeds are a little dirty, but otherwise what they should be.
Perfect.
Yo, you put dirt on these.
Deals off.
Jenny looks at you and she's like, "You got dirt on my hammer."
That's not dirt.
Vari snuck that out of customs.
You gotta get them way up in your butthole, Morty.
Just right. I do it, but
Yeah.
you grab the mega
Yeah,
seeds.
I'll
and
grab
head
the
for
mega
customs.
seeds and give one to Grimlock, and hop back onto the
Let's go
lily pad.
give these to Mikas.
Okay. So Jenny heads back and she whistles at one of the trolls, who turns around and bends down, and he has a big wicker basket on his back. And Jenny crawls into the basket and they start heading back into the Borsey.
Thought there was gonna be an egg. I was terrified.
Just immediately, and I have a Jabberwock.
I mean, I was also afraid of that.
So you head back across the water and you want to head directly to the courtroom?
Yeah, do we want to do...
Did we already return the first seed?
No.
No.
You were waiting
Yeah,
till you had
go
all
and
three,
grab the
but-
third, and from wherever we were stashing it
Where were we stashing it? Is it in the
At
shop?
Nalia's house.
Oh, okay.
in her lab or wherever.
So you're heading to court probably about an hour before sunset now.
Okay.
As you walk across the bridge towards it, Nalia does the 3 whistles that summons her court close.
Okay. Yeah, I will do the same.
And me.
I haven't taken off my armor since I got here.
I just feel at home in these budgies. I don't know.
So as you approach, you head through the hallways and you're at the archway just before the court, and you hear a loud gasp from inside. And as you head through the archway, there are 2 gnomes, both of them wearing armor. One of them's in plate mail, one of them's in scale mail. And in front of them, there is a tower made of blocks, 3 going one direction, 3 going another direction. They are pulling one from the bottom and putting it on the top. And the whole court is watching this intensely. And again, the tower is about 3 feet tall. It is very similar, but legally distinct from Jenga. and the whole court is watching them pulling these. And it is all anyone's paying attention to as you walk in.
As I realize what's going on, I'm gonna violently hold out my arm, guys, hold up.
The games here are very important. I had a drinking and dancing one. It's very important.
So you watch the game play out, and finally the gnome in scale mail cannot find a block to pull that is not going to teeter the tower. So he takes a deep breath and pulls the one that had the least wiggle. And as the tower comes crashing down, the other gnome laughs at him. People are cheering and booing depending on which side there are. And Mikus the Archduke yells, "Fiddle Thump is the winner!" And he goes and he gets a war hammer from one of the satyrs, and he walks up to the other guy and just smashes him in the face with it. The guy falls, the losing gnome falls to the ground and is dragged away by a couple of attendants.
Does he look alive?
Barely. He's spitting out teeth and bleeding.
So that changed my next course of action. I was going to jump in, but no thanks.
And you do see that...
I see why Tarragon doesn't like Fiddle Thump.
You also see that the quicklings are standing in one corner kind of off by themselves.
I mean, they could go back to Jenny now.
I could not care any less about what the quicklings do. That's up to you guys.
So Nalia turns to you, Olivia, and says, are you ready to present?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So she heads over and talks to one of the Eladrin who has green hair and green skin, who is standing near the front, who then goes and talks to the Archduke. And the Archduke then says, "I understand the heroes of the Prime Material have returned."
Yes, we have, my lord. And I'll pull out I also have proficiency and I have a lute. So I'm going to do an improvised story song to give my mission report.
Okay. So you sing your...
Yeah, because I know how this world is.
Yeah.
So I will just start from the very beginning and start from the beginning and sing about how we were about to fall asleep on the material plane and were brought here as heroes of the material, and then go through basically our whole time here, from meeting the generous Archduke Mikus to...
Don't mispronounce his name.
Yeah.
In the song you wrote about him.
Okay.
And any of the time I'm singing about Jenny or the evil groups, I'll play in more of a minor discordant key and
Give boo and applaud breaks.
yeah. And I'll actually try and throw in the theme from what I made up for the River Lord into the song.
Okay.
Can I assist with doing big exaggerated boos and cheering? And
So you
stuff?
can only assist if you are trained in the performance skill.
I don't believe I am.
So you can still do all of those things. It just won't give her a mechanical bonus.
Oh, I absolutely am.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm still doing it.
If nothing else, she'll believe in herself.
Okay. 20.
20. So the crowd is loving it. They are responding exactly as you want. You know, you've got a natural sense for the Feywild. And so you're giving them the moments to join in when you want them to join in, and when you finish, you get a standing ovation from the court.
I kind of don't want to leave, but I also
Yeah.
I have so much crap to do on the material plane.
Meanwhile, Kirith is like rubbing his temples and just, I can't wait to go home.
I fucking hate it.
This is stupid. I would rather be starving.
And as the standing ovation finishes, you see that the Archduke is still giving a slow clap. And then he says, "Your rewards!" And he points to the ground, and up rise the things they had previously told you would receive, which include a cloak of Elvenkind, a +1 rapier, which within game they call it a rapier that is never dull. It's magically sharp, but mechanically it's a +1 rapier. I just don't think that that's what they would call it in world. Sorry, just finding the list because it has been a while since this mission started.
I believe it was
The other one
boots
was boots of
Yeah.
something.
Elvenkind, I believe.
Yep, boots of Elvenkind.
Yeah.
There are 3 gems, each of them the same blue as the Archduke. Each gem is worth approximately 50 gold. There are 4 pounds of saltwater taffy.
That's the big bucks. As he presents those things, I'm just gonna like promptly like put them in the trunk. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
I have it written down.
Never
Except for
dull.
the taffy. Someone else can write down the taffy.
It's never dull. I can just chuck it in. It's perfect.
And then after you've gathered up your rewards, the green Eladrin comes up to Olivia and says, "Is there anything else, or shall I announce the next item before the court?"
I don't think we have anything else, no.
So then the herald goes back up and whispers something to the Archduke, then calls out, "Valenthe, step forward." And she comes forward in the middle of the room, and the whole court is again twittering back and forth. They don't know what it's about. "When these 3 arrived, you said you had made an error, and they were not heroes of the prime material plane. They have proven you wrong, and proven you unfit as my minister of the prime material.
No.
You are hereby banished from this court,
No.
not to return for the lifetime of," and he looks around, and then he looks at Olivia, "this mortal." And you see Valenthe turn several shades of bright red as she bows and backs away and starts heading for the door, clenching and unclenching her hand.
Lord, can I beg you to reconsider?
On what grounds? You could allow her to stay in the court at any moment.
I do not wish to end my I wish to live a little longer. I feel that in this realm, feelings are more than just something to ignore, and she had previous engagements with some of the party.
Yes, and they've been delicious.
Grimlock will like immediately start looking around for the child. Like he didn't. There's no way.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about us fighting. He eats emotions.
It seems that her time away from this person, this other mortal that she knew, had adjusted her grasp on the prime material. Perhaps a lessened sentence of time away for research and study of the prime material plane would make her better at serving your court if that's something she wishes to do.
So you would vouch for her?
Yep.
So, when she returns, If she fails me again, you would stake your life.
I would,
You would stake your life.
in a heartbeat.
Done. If you ever want, you are now free to take warlock levels as a warlock of the Archfey.
That is cool.
You have just made a pact with an Archfey.
I guess. Take what?
I doubt that was ever in your plan for your character
Nope.
concept.
I thought he was asking Olivia if, so you'll die for this? Yes. Yeah. What's up? Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like the types of magic that are like terrible consequence magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make blood rituals and also like sell my soul. I don't know.
He's basically an unseelie Fey.
Yeah, witch stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just belongs on the other side of the Feywild.
Yeah.
He needs his own hag lands.
Ooh, that's a good long-term goal.
Oh.
So yeah, the court loves it when Kirith volunteers to die for her as needed, and
I fucking hate it here.
So does she can stay?
if she feels she is ready, if she's willing to risk his life. I believe some study time might be in her best interest, though.
We're discussing all of this without her. We'll relay.
She's currently banished. Mm-hmm. She must be gone before the sun rises again.
In the water or out of the water?
Out of the water, it sinks in the water. Haven't you seen the sun? The sun doesn't float.
That's true, but if you're standing on your head...
Oh!
See,
Are
you
you
don't
sh-
want me to die.
Are you sure you don't want to become the minister of the prime material?
I have many more things to learn. And I'm not a great investment. My mortality is pretty quick,
Yes, I assume you only have 80 years left.
if I'm lucky.
Oh, no, I can see your string.
Oh, thanks.
That's
gonna
pretty
be-
good.
I'm gonna be old,
Yeah.
guys. You guys are making jokes that I was gonna die like tomorrow.
I mean, it will need to be retired at some point to get to 80.
Let's get out of here. I'm getting awkward. Okay, let's go back and talk to
Valenthe?
your family.
She's gonna be so mad.
Oh God.
This, like, her being banished, we did that.
You also gave her a bridge back here.
But did they ever talk?
Nope.
All right, she's got to be gone by sundown, so let's make sure she has
By
her stuff.
sunrise.
By
so
sunrise.
She's got all night.
Yeah, well, let's go make sure her and Terrigan have everything they need, and worst case scenario, she can come back to the material. It's probably safer there than out in the Feywilds. I don't want to bring her back to the house. Guys, this is bad.
You have no idea.
I have no idea. You don't know Val, man.
I know some stuff. You should talk to her.
Yeah, let's go.
So you head out, and Nalia does stay with the court for
Okay.
now.
We go back to Nalia and Valenthe's.
Yeah, to their manor.
Lily.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you get there, she and Terrigan are in some of the rooms in the area that you haven't spent much time, but she's trying to get a 4-year-old to pack his things.
Grimlock, do you want to maybe
Do you need a hand?
help?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Grimlock help Terrigan and maybe Val? If you want to chat with Kirith, I'll come with you guys. Maybe the music room.
I only have a little bit of time before I have to leave here forever.
Not necessarily.
Maybe not right in front of Terrigan.
Yeah, Terrigan, come here. Come look at what's in my trunk.
He's like, as he's walking away with Grimlock, he's like, Mom says I can only bring things I can carry, so I can't take all my toys.
Well, that's why you need a trunk. Like, let me show you the features on this bad boy. We'll send you home with one today.
He's like, I couldn't carry that. It's so big. I fit inside that.
Well, you could get a smaller one, like a shoebox. Anyways, come in. I'll just physically pick him up. Let's go.
So yeah, you take him. You
You'll
take him
fit
out of
inside
the,
this, you say?
There's a sword in there.
You take him out of there, and yeah, he's a frustrated kid who doesn't understand what's going on and doesn't want to. Like he's ready to throw a tantrum at any moment.
Hey, do you want to spar? Try and hit me. Like, you're frustrated? Just swing at me. Just try your best.
What, with my empty hands?
Yeah.
I gave him that knife the other day.
He's like, you're so beefy. I couldn't hit you with my. It's not going to make a difference.
Well, that's fine. You can still try your best. All you can do is try.
So he looks across the room, and he puts his hands out in front of him, and he starts to make a motion like he's trying to, like you saw that Mirabelle do, but nothing comes in his hands, and he just sits down and starts crying.
Oh. I will sit down next to him and mourn with him.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't pull swords out of the air either, man.
Yeah, like, if I try I've been out fighting for years, like,
You don't even have any weapons.
Oh no, I have this one, look. And I'll, like, start waving around the rapier, but, like, holding it sideways, just like, oh, like...
That's not how you hold it. You hold it like you're shaking its hand.
But, can you show me?
So he picks it up and he's holding it and he's like, this bounce is weird.
It might be made for someone, like, bigger than you? Do you have your sword?
So he heads across the room and he brings over a wooden short sword.
Perfect. Yeah, like, seriously, like, I'm sure you won't be able to practice for a little bit while you get things figured out. Let's get some practice in. Like, take a swing at me, see if you can hit me. So, as he swings at you, he is swinging with a +3, basically. Like, he actually has... His form is not perfect. You can improve him by talking with him, but he swings at you a couple times, and he's like, let me show you my forms. And he starts sword dancing in front of you a little bit. And, cool.
And you get him kind of calmed down as he's focusing on his sword. And then he starts talking about, okay, I can only bring the toys I can... Sword isn't a toy.
No.
I should wear it on my belt in case any bad guys try to hit us.
Yeah, you never know. Or, like, run. Oh my god, do you want to race?
No, I gotta pack my things, because anything I don't pack, Mom says I lose forever.
Well, okay, like, you won't have that specific thing, but things are everywhere. You can, like, there'll be new things, you can get more of the same thing, it's fine.
So, roll me either a persuasion or a religion check.
Religion?
Whichever skill is better.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of it as religion because you're trying to, like, teach him to let go of worldly things.
That's...
How very crucible of you.
Ooh, that's good. I just need to find my bonus real quick. For religion. So, 21.
21? Okay. So you calm him down and talk him through it, and he's absorbing the lesson and not packing. So he was ready to pack, and you convince him instead. Worldly things don't matter, and then you guys go for a race around the halls.
And honestly, like...
I'll buy him a shitload of new toys. It's fine.
Yeah, and, the journey will only be harder the more stuff you bring, Like, it's not even worth it. But yeah, and I run just barely ahead of him until like the very last minute.
Yeah, because you got that monk speed.
Oh yeah, he's never going to beat me.
I don't know. He's got wood elf speed.
No, he's half elf.
Oh, that's right. I just imagine Grimlock kind of convincing himself, like, well, stuff can be found anywhere. See this? This is my favorite quarterstaff. And then like breaking it, like, and now it's gone forever.
Let's burn it in the fire.
Yeah. I'll just get another one if I want.
It's just Marie Kondoing, like,
Yeah.
this does not spark joy. Like, breaking everything in Nalia's house. Like, it sparked joy for me. I love stuff.
Stuff's my favorite type of thing to own. Meanwhile, in a less fun room,
So,
The opposite of fun.
my game plan for this challenge is not necessarily to...
Challenge.
I promised Valenthe I'd try to keep them calm. Honestly, the one thing I'm going to probably spend any of my time on is to try to at least keep them in the same room talking. I don't even, like, I don't think I can control the emotions, but if either one is trying to leave, that'll be my main goal. I don't think I have a ton to give
okay. So
to context to the actual conversation.
So she is going through a closet, examining a few different items in there. A lot of them are very impractical because she's been living in a Feywild court, but she's pulling out the like items that are easy to pack and throwing them in a
You're
in a
not-
bag.
Olivia convinced the Archduke, you're not gone forever. You can come back.
What did that cost?
You just have to re-up your game on the prime material, and you can come back and have your same position and live in the court again.
What, like when she's dead?
No. Whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel like you aren't going to fail in his eyes again.
So she kind of turns to you and says, "So you're not going to come around and make a failure out of me again?"
I didn't ask to fucking come here, okay?
I didn't ask for you to be brought here. I thought we were going to get someone useful.
Apparently I was useful.
Yeah, sure, great. Good job. Everyone's super proud of you and really happy with you.
You can come back whenever the fuck you want.
You know I'm with Nalia now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm paranoid, remember? I know people. She's exactly the fuck like me. Of course you... And doesn't piss you off. Of course you are.
So Valenthe turns around in a gesture you've seen before. She's mad and doesn't know what to say.
You're welcome at the house as long as you need. I'm sure with the money we have, we can get something nicer for you and Terrigan. And like I said, you can come back and get your position here anytime you want.
And she says something so quietly you don't hear it at first. And yeah, I don't know if you tell her you don't hear it, but...
I have really high perception.
Okay, roll a perception check versus DC 15.
Cool. 20.
20. She says very, very quietly that I do want Terrigan to spend time with you.
Me too. I don't want to be like that other guy. I don't want Terrigan growing up having to search for me.
And when she turns around, she's like, "You would have come here eventually anyways, right?"
I never stopped looking. The last couple of years, I stopped looking for him and I started looking for you.
And she turns around again and she's sobbing.
I'll help you pack.
And as you get close, she reaches out her hand towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "I gave up on you."
You had every reason to think I was dead or gone.
I I thought you were dead before anything started with Nalia. I meant it when I said to death do us part, and I thought we were parted by death.
I get that. And you don't have another 400 years to look. And I do.
I'm only going to take a little bit of stuff for me so I can bring more of Tarragon's stuff.
Good call. We can probably fit a bunch of stuff in Grimlock's trunk.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start. Go see Tarragon and like, I don't need any world.
I have a sword and the clothes on my back and nothing else matters. I'm going to live forever.
Tarragon, you do need shoes. I know Grimlock told you don't need them, but you're gonna need some shoes.
No, if you practice long enough, your feet will be stronger than shoes. Right?
It's true. He's not wrong. But
You know what? You're not my kid. Whatever.
but immediately that takes time, and you don't really have time to build them up. Shoes might be a nice little bridge to make it there. One day on, one day off.
Okay.
No.
So, shoes, clothes, sword. Done.
Perfect.
Let's take some food and, some other things you might need.
Okay, but only O. Henry's.
Did you want to write anything to anybody?
What do you mean?
Like leave a note for a teacher, or
For Mirabelle?
just draw an angry face for Fiddlethump?
Oh no, I don't want Fiddlethump to have anything I own, so he can't cast any spells on me.
That's fair.
But, I mean, everybody here's going to live forever. So I can come back and talk to them when it's time.
That's fair.
I'm not banished.
Grimlock, what are you doing?
I mean, he's not wrong.
He is not wrong.
I feel like if anything, Mikus will respect the fucking with the exact words of his.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then after a moment, you start seeing a trail of stuff floating down the hallways. Different outfits, different clothes, a bunch of papers, and they're all floating past you.
Is Nalia at the other end of this trail?
So you follow the trail, and Nalia's there. She has a messenger bag that's open, and things just keep getting deposited into the messenger bag.
What are you doing?
Well, we have to go to the prime material plane, right?
You're coming?
I was planning to, can't I?
I'm not against it.
That's not against your position?
I requested a leave of absence for 30 years.
Neat.
Yeah, that's just like a couple days off.
No, it's a sabbatical. Like it's the equivalent of a human. I
took 6 months off.
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
work
go
on
study
my novel.
abroad.
Yeah. I'm gonna study abroad for a semester.
30 years,
Yeah, it's nothing.
Can you do that to my trunk?
I mean, it would take some time, and I needed a displacer beast hide.
Hey, we know where to get one of those.
Wait, the cats?
Yeah. So she opens it up, and you can see the inside is the same as that cat fur.
Oh. Never mind. I'll keep going the good old-fashioned way.
They're abominations.
Have you ever hung out with one?
No.
You're friends with a displacer beast, Tarragon says.
Almost two. We're working on it.
How'd you become friends with a displacer beast?
You don't.
Fish from another dimension.
Like from the prime material?
No, a drawer?
Okay. So they don't like redfish? Can we have redfish for supper?
Wait, like... Like jellyfish?
No.
Tuna?
No. It's like, so he like goes and grabs a bell and rings it, and he's like, bring 1 plate of red fish fillet.
Is it Swedish fish?
Yes, it is. They lift it up, and there's this long fillet of red jello type fish, and when you taste it,
God damn, you are gonna hate this.
Or love it.
Huh? Who knows? Yeah, maybe he'll really dig trail rations.
Well, he liked the jerky, didn't he?
I think he was all right with it. Okay. Oh man, we're gonna walk out of that. Are we gonna show back up exactly where you took us from?
so Nalia says, oh no, I can't put you back like that. We're going to have to go through the stone circle.
Oh, okay.
We're going to Cherry Boots.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fine. Wait, so it's been a couple days here. What are the odds we just went missing from the Red Smoke Inn?
So Nalia says, oh, come with me. And she takes you up several staircases you haven't been up before into a room that looks like a planetarium. Like there's stars all across the sky. And in the center there's a model of a bunch of spears on different axes. And she starts spinning several of them, does some math and says, you have been gone 7 seconds.
Wow.
Okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna wander back into the Red Smoke Inn and confuse the hell out of Rux, I guess.
I mean,
can see it.
if we don't have to leave, should we go right to the minute? Like,
What do
should
you
we
mean?
sleep here and leave like right before sunrise? And then
Well, I mean, like, we just slept a couple hours ago.
that's true.
We just got up, right? So let's take the time, get everything that we think we need for the three of you, and get on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nalia, what are these the cloak and the boots? What do they do?
Give me a moment as I look them up in my Dungeon Master's Guide.
Ancient tomes of
Ancient
lore.
tomes of lore.
Am I okay to assume that I will be taking the +1
I don't-
rapier?
I'm gonna take it and hit people with the handle.
Like, hold the blade and just
Yeah.
swing it like a hammer, hit someone with the...
My calluses are gonna be so gnarly.
Or it's got like a knuckle guard on it, so you're just punching people with that.
Okay.
Or a basket hilt, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Boots of elven kind. While you wear these boots, your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you are moving across. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
Cool.
The cloak of elven kind. When you wear this cloak with the hood up, wisdom perception checks you make have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. The cloak's color shifts to camouflage you. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action, and the cloak also requires attunement. So everyone has 3 attunement slots.
Right. I have no strong preference on any of those, except, like, I can't use the rapier. We can figure out who's...
The cloak might be good for, like, traveling with your son. Maybe let him borrow it for the journey, just in case.
Well, we're traveling along the highway.
And
It's been 7 seconds.
And Balanthe says, and if anything happens, I can turn us both invisible.
Oh, perfect.
She leans very close to you and goes, I'm better at magic than Nalia. So you guys finish your packing, and Balanthe ends up doing most of Tarragon's packing for him, and half the stuff in the house ends up in Nalia's bag.
Nalia, how have you ever been to the Prime Material?
No, this will be my first time leaving the
Oh.
I'm
Feywild.
gonna hand her 3 pounds of saltwater taffy.
Yeah.
You might start missing the food here quite a bit.
Okay.
So here, you can take. If you guys are okay, I think we should give Nalia 3 pounds of saltwater taffy.
We
I
only
want
got 4.
to give 1 pound to Cherry Boots. What do you want saltwater taffy for?
Well, if Nalia's gonna get sick of it, Tarragon's not gonna understand it. He's only lived here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking he'd be probably the prime target. Although, like,
Is Nalia not gonna share with Tarragon?
Like, I wouldn't.
there might be withdrawal. I don't know. Maybe she goes fucking crazy.
Or just, I don't care.
I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, it could be for your family. There's 3 pounds for like.
So she says, I'm packing rations, and there's several chocolate bars going in.
Whatever. Let them. They'll adjust. They'll fucking have to.
Wait, how many of those can you fit? Could you just bring enough food for the entire trip?
I mean, it'll still rot.
It's a chocolate bar. Like,
Yeah, no, So the inside of this bag is the size of probably about a 50-foot by 50-foot room.
Could I go in that bag?
You would. How long can you hold your breath?
Ah,
And have you heard of the Bagman?
no.
So there is a person who hid inside a bag of holding when a dragon was approaching, a thief who had snuck into his hoard. And he wasn't able to get out before he ran out of air. But his soul couldn't escape the bag. So he moves from bag to bag. And if he finds someone else in a bag, he will try to take over their body and escape.
When she says escape, I just put my hand on Olivia's lower back.
Jesus Christ, you guys! This place is terrifying.
Oh no, the Bagman isn't from the Feywild. The Bagman's from the Prime Material.
Oh gosh. Oh God.
I guess let's head back into Ralu? Is that the
Gralu is the
Gralu
town and Ralu is the capital.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, let's go see Cherry Boots.
you sound thrilled. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be back where the days make sense.
Cherry Boots is probably like the most prime materially.
The last time we saw Cherry Boots, she was covered in blood.
No, it's just your boots.
No, she had just killed a bunch of bitter butter goblins.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean, we also did that. But we are terrifying.
That's
Yeah,
also
kinda.
true. Okay, I have a question. How bad of an idea is it for me to be dressed as Jenny Bag of Bones when we come through for Cherry Boots?
Real bad.
Yeah, we don't know how strong Cherry Boots is, but
I assume that if Jenny came through because Cherry Boots stops the bitter butter goblins, she'd go for the kill.
Bad prank.
Yeah, best case scenario, she goes for the kill and misses. Or best case scenario, she's scared of Jenny and would just run away, but...
I
Oh,
doubt she
Cherry
would
Boots
do
is
that.
not
Yeah.
afraid. Nally says, Cherry
Afraid.
Boots is not afraid. Cherry Boots could use more fear.
All right, let's,
Walk on through to the other side.
Okay, so you take one last leaf ride, and you find yourself in a tall oak forest on the far side. There are strange birds whistling back and forth, and at one point you think you see a smile in the darkness and some trees, but there's nothing attached to it.
it's the Bagman.
God damn it, Kieran. Why do you take the thing I love and turn it against me? I kind of hate it here now.
This place was always like this.
Yeah, but it was kind of like
You just saw the other side of the coin back there.
It's also like tickling is kind of funny until like it happens for too long and then it's just torture. It's like too much of a good thing or tummy ache.
Yeah, at all.
Well, like some people enjoy a small amount of like a little bit of sugar is nice, but I can't eat ice cream every single day
Why not? Nellie asked.
because I need balance.
Oh, like you would fall over?
No, I need a mix of
Meat.
different things in order to.
It's a bit of a tradition on the prime material plane to be wrong, and
Oh, I won't be good at that.
There will be lots of
think
adjusting.
I think you might have a problem eating ice cream every day too, Grimlock.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
There's no potatoes in ice cream.
Like that you know of.
Yeah, Nellie looks at you. There could be.
You haven't tried my ice cream.
This is just mashed potatoes, Grimlock.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I can
Cold
eat that.
mashed potatoes.
I can eat that every day.
They're cold mashed potatoes.
I mean, I'm not against it.
That is actually like a Garfield strip.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think he says hell yeah though. He like puts a pat of butter on it at the end.
Eventually, through the trees, you see a hill that is topped by a ring of standing stones, like think Stonehenge.
Okay, so we have to walk through the forest to get to it.
Yeah. And so Nellie says, so if we walk from, and she points to the leftmost stone, through that to the rightmost stone, we'll arrive in the prime material.
Sort of around where you picked us up.
No, wet cherry boots is stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
circle.
like.
It's reasonably close
Yeah,
to
it's
where
just-
I think we grabbed you, yeah.
What if I went from and I just point at like a kitty corner stone, this way to that way? Do you know?
So that would take you to a different realm on the prime material plane.
Ah, okay. So you've calculated where we'll end up.
I know how to get to your prime material, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Great.
Sorry,
So-
when you say a different realm on the prime material plane, do you mean like a different kingdom kind of thing?
So think of the prime material plane as several sheets of paper stacked on top of each other. And if you write on one, the ink might bleed through, so there's similarities, but they're not the same.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, some of them are neat.
Wait, like another timeline?
Like parallels.
Yes.
So would there be an Olivia there?
Yes. Probably. I mean, it
Unless-
depends. Maybe in that timeline, your parents hate each other.
I mean, they might hate each other a little bit right now.
What?
I mean, they love each other, but also in the way that people love each other often sometimes hate each other.
I know nothing about that.
How is Val doing?
So Val is staying focused on Terrigan, and you're seeing she seems very, very uncomfortable every time Kirith and Nalia talk to each other.
Even though her and I have been talking to each other the
Yeah.
exact same way we always do.
Yeah.
And they're being completely oblivious to her and kind of ignoring her.
Yeah. And they will both talk about her, and to you, Olivia, you know they're both referring to her habits. But like they're like you know what it's like with mortals, and they're like always in bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you head through, and when you get to halfway through, your stomach jumps up into your throat, like you've just suddenly fallen a huge distance, like the floor of an elevator gave out from under you.
Oh, God. I try not to throw up.
I throw up.
And you get to the other side, and you hear common bird sounds, things that you're used to in the night. And then after a few minutes, you hear, "Who goes there?"
Hey, Cherry Boots. Olivia here. We met. I told you.
Knights of the Smooth Butter.
I told you we were talent competition the first time we met. Gave you a sack of jam.
Yes, I remember.
Do you want some saltwater taffy?
Reginald flies beside you and she gets off.
Just give her like an eighth of a pound.
Okay, she's like, thanks.
So, question. If
Yeah.
I had come out of here looking like Jenny Bag of Bones, how bad for me would have that been?
Do you like your head? Because you would no longer have it.
Ah,
She has a lance, right?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
She also has a sword
Yeah.
on her head.
just so you know, we did kill some bitter butter goblins.
Good.
And we buried Jenny for a while, but she did get out.
Yeah, it would be hard to keep her down unless you took her head off her shoulders before you buried her.
We'll be back.
And I learned how to look like her.
That's not a useful talent.
It is when you want to confuse bitter butter goblins.
Or if you want me to kill you.
I'm not gonna...
Do it at you.
I mean, I was going to because I thought it'd be funny, but I didn't realize how not funny.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Don't come here looking like Jenny or a bitter butter goblin unless you're done.
Got it.
I mean, well, now we know how to get Valenthe back in for free.
No. That wasn't the deal that was made. That was
That
not...
was part of it.
I mean, that was the original contract, but we didn't sign that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you walk through the woods and Tarragon keeps asking you, Kirith, like, what's that sound when there's a new bird? And
Yeah, just
he has no fear of the darkness.
cool. I mean, neither do I. I can see in it. It's fine. I'll just, yeah, that's a crow. That is a bigger crow. That's an axe beak. Stay away from axe beaks.
Because their beaks are like axes?
Yeah, and they're bigger than me.
That's big.
That's a big bird.
That's nearly the size of a rooster.
You're gonna have a lot of surprises.
Are roosters bigger?
No. And they don't talk here.
Why not? Are they dumb?
Literally, yes, that's what dumb means, right?
Oh, okay.
I think dumb means mute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a smart person.
So eventually you reach the edge of the village of Grulu, and it's about 10 p.m. There's still people awake in the Red Smoke Inn. And
We
We
went.
just woke up like 4 hours ago.
Well, we just went upstairs 7 seconds ago.
Oh, yeah.
Well, whatever the walk from the woods, so
Yeah.
like an
Oh, yeah.
hour or whatever.
yeah, you've been upstairs for an hour.
Yeah. Head back in the front door, but
Oh, forgot my hat. Sorry, Rux.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see you leave.
Yeah.
No, it was urgent. I took the window.
Oh, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Rux, one more family room for the rest of the night
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
for our friends here.
5 silver.
I'll pay the man. Got any food left?
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
cabbage rolls.
Cabbage rolls and smoking. Let's go.
So yeah, he heads into the back, and after a few minutes, there is a young local lad who carries out some platters with cabbage rolls and sets them down at a table in front of you.
Just
Oh,
find a
So
big table
good,
and
since only eating sugar for so
oh
long.
my god, something savory. Do you have like anything, like something that will hurt my tongue?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I could like put a bunch of peppercorns on it.
oh yeah, do that.
So he comes out and he starts salt baying peppercorns onto your cabbage rolls. Lux is like, bon appetit.
Just anything other than, and like I even forget to like be paranoid
Yeah.
of the food that someone else has cooked because I'm so sick of sugar.
So yeah, and Valenthe seems excited to be eating it too. Tarragon is very careful. You know how 4-year-olds are when they try new food, and he's like, "It doesn't taste right, Mom." And Nalia finishes off one so quickly, and she's like, "It's terrible. It's so bitter."
Smiling
Smiling the whole time.
Just like happy to experience something else, but
She's
hates it.
so excited, and she despises it.
Wow, this is useless.
I'm learning so much. Oh my god.
For one, Kirith has the worst taste in the world.
Yeah.
So you guys head back up to your rooms after you eat. Your room has about an 1/8 of an inch circle of sanded off ground and no hammocks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they just took those.
Yep.
I thought it was a weird. Of course it is. Go back and demand what the fuck happened to our room, Rux.
I feel like we might actually have to pay him so he can repair it, or at least.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, but business isn't exactly booming here.
I mean, there's tons of people downstairs.
And
Tons.
while you didn't do it, there's someone in the other room who did.
She can't pay for that. The only currency she brought was saltwater taffy.
You know
She
he's gonna
can-
make her work in the kitchen, right?
She can pull stuff from other realms.
She
told
doesn't
us
know
that.
she did it.
She can pull things from other realms as long as she told us that if we knew someone who was sleeping in our realm, she could get an axe for us. Remember? We should go ask her.
I mean, how much could it possibly cost for a floor? Like a couple gold? It's a banana. How much could it cost? $10?
There are also spells that can fix small portions of.
It takes a long time to fix that with mending.
Yeah. At least she could pull back the hammocks are going to be the most expensive things because these are.
The hammocks and floorboards, right? Like it can't be that much.
Well, the hammocks are specially made for this inn.
Yeah.
So
Made by Rux.
let's
Right.
go chat with Nalia. I'll go talk. Why don't you spend some time with your family?
I was gonna stay downstairs and keep smoking.
Cool. I'm gonna grab Nalia and
Okay. So
Just
yeah,
bring her
You
into-
open the room and like she's wearing a nightgown because she has most of what she owns in her bag.
Nalia, I need you to come with me.
All right.
I take her into our room.
Terrible.
This is not how this room looked before. That's the circle, and now
Oh,
there's
this is a boring nighttime visit. Okay.
that's all you can expect from me. I'm sorry.
What kind of bard are you?
The bookish kind.
Nerd bard.
Nerd bard. You said that you could could you pull back at least the items that traveled with us?
I could if Kirith was sleeping next to them.
Wait, what?
I pull through a sleeper and anything within 15 feet of the sleeper.
Are you able to send messages back to the court?
Yeah, it'll take some time.
Why don't you tell Fiddlethump to go and gather the things, the beds, and to fall asleep next to them?
I mean, like, I would have to send a messenger through the stone circle.
Oh, you can't magically message and
Message.
Not across planes, no. Like, I could
I mean-
talk into your head and you could respond back with 25 words.
I mean,
It's a pretty simple spell.
when everybody else is wasting time either meditating or sleeping, do you want to take time to do that?
Well, she also has to meditate.
Oh,
So the problem is you need the things that belong in this room back.
well, because they belong to the man downstairs.
So maybe I could buy the things in this room from him.
I mean, yeah. Do you have any means of buying things?
So she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a couple silver bars and a couple healing potions and some bottles of wine. And she's like, how much do you think it'd cost?
Well,
She's got about 3,000 gold of goods in front of you right now.
yeah, you'll be able to cover it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go talk to the dragon boy downstairs.
Nope. I'm gonna do that. Let me.
Because I want one of those pipes.
Okay, we'll go together.
Yeah.
What would I use to?
Hacking darts.
Persuasion is for
Okay,
yeah.
so let's. Do you only if you want? Do you want to put on a house coat or no?
Sure. So she heads into a room and comes out in like a red velvet housecoat.
Okay, let's go downstairs and tell Rux you love the floorboards and the.
I'll just tell him there was a magical accident and some of the stuff is gone.
Okay.
People don't like magic. Commoners
Yeah.
don't like magic here.
I think. Oh God. How are we gonna explain this?
We were tricked by the Fae, and stuff went wrong. Can we replace it for you? Don't ask questions.
Okay, we could tell them that some unseelie followed me from the Feywild and stole a bunch of stuff from a room.
Okay. I got this. Just don't say anything, and I will talk to him. Okay.
Okay. So she walks behind you and she's got her messenger bag as well. So she has everything she owns with her.
We're not going to pull anything out of the bag in front of him because that would scare him because they're not used to displacer beast fur.
Well, what if I only pull out things that would normally fit if this was not an extra
That's
dimensional
great.
space?
That's great. That's great.
Like if he needs currency and I pull out a bar of silver.
Great. So I will try and get Rux to
Okay.
meet me in a quieter corner.
So he comes and he's like, we got to be quiet. You want to step outside or into the kitchen?
In the kitchen's great.
So you head into the kitchen and there is a tubby halfling inside working around, cooking. Hey, Geralt, take a break. So the halfling nods and heads outside. And
Thank you. Your discretion is definitely needed.
oh no, did you eat someone?
Kind of.
God, I love lizard folk.
We had nighttime fun in our room. Very vigorous nighttime fun. And wrecked your hammocks and a little bit of the floor.
Oh.
Olivia's just like turning
I mean-
a brighter and brighter
Yeah.
shade
I
of
mean, if
red.
anyone understands that, it's going to be a lizard folk.
And it gets even worse as Nalia comes up and puts like a hand on the small of your back and is playing into your story. And I assume that makes Olivia super uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's just like, she is just glowing red at this moment.
Yeah.
But beyond any details, we would really like to pay you for the damages, and that is why.
And a pipe. She whispers in your ear in a way that you know she's doing so Rux will get the wrong impression.
Also, love to take a look at your pipes as a souvenir for my a friend here.
So, and again, she's whispering in your ear. She's like, silver bar, question mark.
Yeah.
Question
She's like texting me.
Yeah, silver bar, question mark.
How much is one of those silver bars worth? Do I know?
So if you're looking at it, it's probably worth about 200 gold.
How does 170 gold sound?
I mean, I can rebuild those hammocks for, they're probably worth about 10 gold each.
But there's also about, how big was the diameter? 10 feet?
15 feet.
A 15 feet diameter circle?
I maybe better come look.
Okay, come look. Don't worry, we cleaned up. But
I'm still in
Yeah.
the dining room, and I watch them go into the kitchen and then come back out.
I'm
and
just like,
Except now Nally is like hanging off of Olivia.
and
And Olivia is 3 shades of red too bright.
Like,
This
since
is
Rux,
wonderful.
since Rux is
Yeah.
ahead, like, Olivia is literally trying to, like, throw Nalia off of her.
Stop
like,
it.
Yeah. And you know how some people, when you try to do that, it amuses them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have an uncomfortable walk through the little bit of the main room you walk through, and when you get upstairs, she stops.
Okay.
And Rux looks at the floor and he's like, you know, I like you guys. I do got 30 gold will cover it.
30 gold total?
Yeah.
What about those bottles of wine she had? Would any of those be?
We just have that money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They could keep her stuff for.
And so yeah, as you start pulling out your coins, she hands you the silver bar worth 300 gold.
Oh, it's worth 300 gold.
Yeah.
And he wants 30?
Yeah. So if you give it, she's basically giving you money so that you're not out.
Yeah.
You'll be able to exchange this for,
And give her back. Okay.
yeah.
I'm able at one point to
At-
give her
yeah.
back 270 or whatever.
Yeah.
We would like to take a look at your pipes too. That'll be beyond the 30, but
So yeah, she goes down and she ends up, again, if you remember, Rux has very well-made pipes, and she chooses one of them that is very, very long-stemmed.
okay.
And she comes and she's like, I need a smoke now. And she winks at you demonstratively, and she's like, heads over to Kirith, and she's like, tobacco?
Am I gonna have to show you how to pack a pipe?
No, I know how. I
Okay.
just...
I like fiddle around in my one belt pouch that's just full of tobacco.
She's like, do you know how easy it is to get Olivia to turn beet red?
Never tried.
Oh, it is funny.
I look over and Olivia's just like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. You know what? You don't need a bed, and you don't need a bed, and I'm guessing that Val and Terrigan are probably going to sleep in one hammock together.
No, but you could probably pick him up and move him.
I just go and I grab. I don't even
Yeah.
care what Grimlock's doing. I just drag the.
Grimlock is asleep
Yeah.
on the empty, like the
Yeah.
broken floorboards,
I pull it in.
or on his trunk, like in the hallway.
I just kind of like storm into Val.
outside.
Yeah.
I'm not extra loud, but I like storm into Valenthe and Nalia's room. I like grab Nalia's hammock, the
Yeah.
spare hammock in that room, and I just start.
There's 2 spare hammocks in that room.
I drag it away and into the broken room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Grimlock's been thinking about like how feasible it would be to like repair the thing for him, and like the floor, and you can't make hammocks and stuff, but thinking about how feasible it would be to repair the floor, and just analyzing like what's going on, and without having heard any of that conversation, just call from across the bar to Rox, just, oh, there's lots of friction burns on like where that floor used to be, huh?
Okay, so you have a otherwise uneventful night, and in the morning you're going to head off to Ralu, the capital, and we will pick up the game when you arrive at the city next time.
Huzzah.
Great success! I have done no work on all of my papers.
Actually,
Papers.
perhaps you have trouble sleeping.
I can make headway.
Because you're so angry.
Yes.